Open any agent's failure log and you'll see the same thing over and over. The agent tries. The agent gets it wrong. Nobody fixes it. Not the prompt, not the tools, not the part of the system actually responsible for the mistake. That part just sits there, broken, forever, while everyone stares at the model and asks the only question anybody ever asks anymore. Should we use a bigger one? For 3 years, that question has had one answer. Scale up. Bigger context, bigger weights, bigger bill. And it worked. Right up until a research team ran an experiment that should not have gone the way it went. This video is going to be full of educational material, so make sure to subscribe so that you do not miss upcoming updates. Now, without wasting the time, let's get started. They took a 9 billion parameter model. Small and cheap, the kind of model you'd call a rounding error next to a frontier system. Then they set it against a 397 billion parameter model, 44 times the size, on one very specific job: not writing code, not answering questions, fixing other AI agents when they fail. The 9B model won. Not close, not competitive for its size. Won. And the way it won tells you something the entire industry has been getting wrong about what makes an agent smarter. So, let's open it up. Every AI agent you've ever used is really two things stapled together. There's the model, the brain, the thing that reasons, writes, plans. That's the part everyone benchmarks, everyone brags about, everyone puts on the slide. Underneath that sits the harness, the scaffolding around the model, the system prompt, the tool definitions, the error handling, the retry logic, the thing that decides what the model even gets to see before it responds. The model gets all the attention, the harness gets none, and the harness is where agents actually die. Picture a shopping agent trying to check out on a site it's never seen. The button it needs is labeled weirdly. The model doesn't know that. Nobody told it. So it tries the wrong thing, fails, tries again, fails again, and eventually gives up. Not because it's dumb, but because the harness handed it a broken map and called it a floor plan. Here's the part that should bother you. Once an agent ships, that harness is frozen, locked. The agent keeps hitting the same wall, generating the same failure day after day, and by default, nothing about the system ever learns from it. The model gets fine-tuned. The harness never does. That's the tax. Quiet and invisible, paid in failed tasks instead of dollars, and almost nobody thinks to look there for the fix. So what's the standard move when an agent keeps failing? Point a smarter model at the failures. Ask it to rewrite the harness. Bigger brain, better patch. That's the assumption baked into how this industry has operated since day one. A team of researchers decided to actually test that assumption instead of trusting it. Researchers took a frozen 9B agent, Qwen 3.5, with its size never changing throughout the entire experiment, and had it attempt real tasks across 3 demanding environments: Webshop, where it has to navigate and purchase products correctly; Aleph World, where it has to complete embodied household tasks; DB Bench, where it has to operate on databases without breaking them. Baseline success rate, 44.3%. Rough. More than half the time, this agent was failing outright. Now, the test. Show a frontier model 10 of those failures, just 10. Ask it to write a patch, a fix, to the harness that would help the agent stop making that mistake. No fine-tuning, no weight updates. Just look at what went wrong, then write something smarter around it. The team ran this with Qwen 3.5 at 397 billion parameters, 44 times larger than the agent it was patching. New success rate, 45.8%, 1.5 points. On a model with 44 times the parameters, given direct evidence of exactly what was going wrong, it didn't stop there. GLM 5.2 tried, 48.8%. Kimi K2.6 tried, 45.3%. DeepSeek V4 Pro tried, 45.9%. Even GPT 5.5 took a swing, 47.9%. Every frontier model on the list, every one of them stacked with more parameters than the thing they were fixing, moved the needle by single digits, if it moved at all. Scale wasn't the answer. Scale barely showed up. Here's where it gets interesting. Instead of asking a frontier model to guess at a fix, the researchers built something different. A dedicated 9B model, small, focused, purpose-trained, and they didn't just prompt it. They trained it with reinforcement learning, specifically to write harness patches from failure trajectories, not general intelligence pointed sideways at a niche task. A specialist, built for exactly one job: watch an agent fail, write code that fixes the pattern. They called it Harness R1, same test, same 10 failures, same frozen 9B target agent, still at 44.3% out of the gate. New success rate, 53.6%, 9 points. Not 1.5, 9. A model 44 times smaller than the frontier competitor beat it by 6 times the improvement, using the exact same evidence on the exact same task. Let that sit for a second, because it breaks the assumption cleanly in half. This wasn't about which model knew more. GPT 5.5 obviously knows more, in almost every sense that matters. This was about which model had learned the specific skill of turning a handful of failures into a working fix. And that skill, it turns out, is not something raw scale hands you for free. Now, any honest result needs a stress test, because a single benchmark win can be luck, overfitting, a good day. So the researchers ran the harder version. Instead of testing on the same tasks the patch was written for, they took the patch and threw it at 1,270 completely unseen tasks the model had never touched. Different situations, different failure modes, real generalization, not memorization. Harness R1 improved success by 8.9 percentage points on that held-out set, and it did so on every single seed tested. 3 separate runs, 3 separate random initializations, positive every time. Look at what happened to the frontier competitors under that same pressure. Quen 3.5397B didn't just underperform, it went negative, minus 4.3 points. The model that's supposed to be smarter made the agent worse, on average, when asked to generalize its fix beyond the examples it saw. DeepSeek V4 Pro landed at minus 0.4, also negative. Also, on some runs, swinging wildly between a real gain and a real regression, the kind of instability that makes a result unusable in anything you'd actually ship. Harness R1 stayed positive across every seed, in a tight band. The frontier models straddled 0, unable to tell you in advance whether their next patch would help or hurt. That's not a marginal difference. That's the difference between a system you can trust and a system you can't. Here's the part that turns this from an interesting result into something with actual teeth. The researchers didn't stop at proving Harness R1 could fix the one agent it was trained around. They took the trained harness engineer and pointed it at 20 completely different target models it had never seen during training, spanning different architectures, different sizes, different behaviors entirely. Positive gain on every single one. And when they took an agent that had already been separately fine-tuned to be better at its job, pushing its baseline from 44.3% up to 59.2% through weight updates alone, and then let Harness R1 patch its harness on top of that, the number went to 64.2%. Read that stack again. Fine-tuning the model, plus 15 points. Then patching the harness on top, after the model was already improved, another 5 points. Free from a completely different lever. That's the actual headline hiding under the viral one. This isn't small model beats big model. This is, there are 2 separate places to make an agent better, and almost the entire industry has been pulling on only one of them. Now, before this turns into another breathless, everything you know is wrong video. It isn't, and pretending otherwise would be dishonest. Harness R1 was trained and tested inside specific, structured environments. Webshop, ALF World, DB-Bench. Clean benchmarks with clear success signals. Real production environments are messier, full of ambiguous failures, partial successes, and edge cases nobody wrote a reward function for. Whether this exact technique holds up at that level of chaos is still an open question, not a settled one. It also needed those 10 example failures to work from. This isn't a model that intuits the fix from nothing. It's a model that got very good at turning a small, concrete sample of evidence into a broadly useful patch. That's a real, specific, learnable skill. It is not the same as general intelligence, and the paper doesn't claim it is. Scale isn't actually the villain here, either. The frontier models weren't bad at this task because they're weak. They're some of the most capable systems that exist, and they were bad at it because nobody trained them to do it. Zero-shot prompting a giant model to write a patch is not the same experiment as training a small model with reinforcement learning on exactly that objective. The comparison is fair, and the result is real. But the honest headline isn't "big models are overrated." It's that the skill you want has to be trained for directly, and size doesn't substitute for that. Step back from the numbers for a second, because the real implication is bigger than any one leaderboard. For years, the default belief has been that agent improvement means one thing: retrain the model or wait for a bigger one. That belief has quietly shaped how billions of dollars get spent. Bigger clusters, bigger checkpoints, bigger bills, passed down to everyone building on top. This result says there's a second lever sitting right next to the first one, mostly untouched. The harness, the scaffolding, the interface between model and world is not fixed infrastructure. It's trainable. It's a place where a small, cheap, specialized system can outperform something 44 times its size because the problem was never not enough parameters. The problem was that nobody built something to learn from the failures, piling up in front of it. Every agent running in production right now is generating exactly that kind of data. Failure trajectories, logged and ignored, every single day. Most teams are treating that log as garbage. This research says it's fuel, so here's where that leaves things. The agent gets it wrong, and somebody logs it. For the first time, there's real evidence that the fix doesn't have to come from a bigger brain. It can come from a small one that was actually trained to look at the wreckage and write something better. 44 times the size, lost to 9 billion parameters that knew exactly what job they were doing. Stop scaling the model. Start training the fix.